I'm just your average parent trying to do right by my kids. Never thought I'd have to, deal with something like this. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon. The kids' toys were scattered everywhere. Then there was a knock at the door. My heart sank when I saw who it was.
Hello, I'm from Child Protective Services. We've received a report and need to inspect your home.
I didn't know what to do. They wanted to come in, look around, talk to my kids. My hands were shaking. I felt like I was doing something wrong even though I knew I wasn't. But then, I remembered something I'd read online about knowing your rights. I took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, but unless you have a warrant, I can't let you in." The CPS worker looked surprised. They weren't used to parents knowing their rights. It wasn't easy, but I stood my ground. I protected my family's privacy that day. Remember, when CPS knocks, know your rights.
Been locked away in chains. 15 years of struggle and pain. Kids taken away by a faceless form. She rises up in the darkest storm. Her voice touches hearts in a broken state. Podcast waves spark their fight of fate. Brenda's strength like a blazing fire. Inspire the lost to lift their desire. Brenda's cry echoes loud and clear. A warrior's heart, no room for fear. Stand up tall, let no one bring you down. In her voice, their freedom found. Government shadows, secrets untold. Brenda's story, fierce and bold. She helps others break their chains. Together they rise from the ashes of pain. Her husband waits behind iron bars, but Brenda knows they'll reach the stars. Oh, her love unyielding, a beacon bright in the silence of the night. Brenda's cry echoes loud and clear. A warrior's heart, no room for fear. Stand up tall, let no one bring you down. In her voice, their freedom found. Brenda's cry echoes loud and clear. A warrior's heart, no room for fear. Stand up tall, let no one bring you down. In her voice, their freedom found.
Hello. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I don't know if anybody had a chance to catch out that I was coming on 9. And here we are just a little bit after. But we were talking over some.
Hey, everybody.
She's got her red shirt on or whatever because we're welcoming freedom today. And
Oh,
I got my stars and stripes, everybody.
I got
Yes.
This
Let's
is
say
my Dixie Darling shirt. It's
I've
my
been
Dixie
wanting to
Darling.
always save this. Like I like to save this for last year. I was going to save it for 4th of
Hey,
July.
Dr. Des.
But they locked
Mhm.
me up, and I wasn't able to celebrate 4th of July. I had it in my trunk of my car. I had ideas for the 4th of July, like fighting for our freedoms.
Hey, everybody.
Oh my God. Everybody's coming in. Dr. Death, Debbie Anderson. Hello, hello. Kristen.
Chris, Dr. Des.
And,
Keep going.
yeah, everybody.
10:30, guys.
We're doing
10:30.
some pre-gaming, okay, before the big show tonight at 10:30 Eastern. So that's going to be exciting. I just wanted to say, I want to start this out with a little prayer because it seems like with God in our life, we will have success, and I just want to pray for protection for the children while they're not in our care. And I'm just praying that there could be like a big reunion of families. And I thank God that I was able to survive this. It's an everyday battle. Like I say, you got to strap on. I see the armor of Christ, and you got to have every piece. Okay, you got to be prepared emotionally and physically as well. So I really want to pray for all the people that are pretty much caged up. When you're caged up, that means you're not free. You're not free to do as you please, and that's what's happening with a lot of our children and elderly. And it's not getting much better, guys. So we're counting on Trump to hopefully we can stir up some attention here and say, hey, Pam Bondi, hello, here
Hey,
we
Tammy.
are.
I do want to say that today a woman asked me to pray for her because it was her TPR hearing. And do you know, I prayer warriors. We got out there and it got dismissed. So he's working, y'all. He's working. So the power of prayer. Uh, and she reached out to me and she said, "Thank you so much." I said it wasn't just me; it was the good Lord. So
Yeah.
everybody believing we're in this together and you are not alone. And I promise you, today is we're gonna start seeing things happen that game changing. Even my brother commented on a Facebook post that I put on there about this. Today is going to mark a day in history. It is going to be a game changer. And he's like, question mark, question mark, question mark. I said, it's okay, bro. I said, just know that we're part of it's going to be something big, bro. I said, and I'll explain later. I said, it's with the kids. And so if my brother's talking and speaking up, hey,
Right.
here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, be part of I don't know, my son was reading the story to me that he actually created, but he was talking about team
Hey,
justice.
Tammy.
Yeah, we should have a team justice. That's who we are. We're out there only for justice. Okay.
I'll let you have your show back because I'm going to go finish this up, okay?
All right. Finish it
Here
up.
we go with the affidavit.
Been tirelessly working and getting together to make it easier for everyone, and I think that's really great because some of us with head wounds and head trauma, and we're not as good as we used to be, and we're not at the top of our game. That's why she's going to be there to help a few of us that sometimes it's just with the post-max justice order, it's hard to get it together sometimes. I can easily do what needs to be done and when it has to do with my case or whatever, but I find that I'll do everything but it, because it's hard sometimes to face the reality is, oh my gosh, am I doing this again? Do I have to do this again? And there's that fear that you might have as well, that, hey, I've been here before, it didn't work then. And I think it's true. The power of prayer is where we're at. And God is there for the children, right? He will, and he won't ever leave us or forsake us. So come on. I think we've and that's true in history. There's a lot of the Christians were either, including Jesus himself. I mean, they're locked up, imprisoned, okay, for, their beliefs, because of their beliefs. And sometimes they are just locking people away because they don't want to hear what they have to say. And I find then I'm not going to get into that too much, but I can say, somebody posted something today. I think it was Chris Naylor, and it had to do with shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh, how you know you have the right, if an officer approaches you, you can call him any name in the book if you wanted to. I mean, you can, there's not any word that you can't use with a law enforcement officer. And that's what I find more often than not. Like once my husband was being put in a chokehold for on the roadside because of this false bulletin they have on us, this target tag or whatever you want to call it. It's messing with my freedoms, that's for sure. But it's unlawful, and it hasn't been established in a court of law. So I think it's going to get that, and that's why we really got to look at the factors of who's following us on our computers, who's watching our stuff, every move we make. And sometimes it's not our friends, it's predators. Predators, just like they prey on children, they're preying on the parents that are trying to find their children. So it's pretty disgusting. And that's why we have to be on the top of our game. And just like I say, a lot of time we got to give it to God, and we pray, and you got to believe in it. And live for him. I'd say follow the commandments, because I find if I'm not following all the commandments, things aren't going that well for me. But you will be blessed. But most of what I was getting back to is a lot of Christians in history had to suffer a lot of. It's not easy. It's a like an upward battle to be godlike, okay? Because all of us are going to come short, but at least we can try to be the best we can be. And especially you want to be the best you can be for your children. And but any case, what's going on with the chat? Tammy, nice to see you again. Yeah, everybody's excited. That's why I was going to call this a pregame. We're pregame for the show at 10:30. So, Chris wants to know, now I know why my son had that meltdown on Friday. Oh, you do know? Why was it? Chris, wait a minute, what was it Friday? Let us know what that was or what caused that. Debbie, I'm going to be doing my affidavit, and I know what I can get. I know what I can get it notarized by my bank. And that's why I say you want to look up ahead, because I swear to God, I had this experience the other day about this notary thing. When I was living north of here in Louisiana, somebody directed me to this nice little office. God knows what even the office did, but she was a notary, and she would gladly do it. No questions asked, no monies, nothing. And they always would log it into a book. Recently, I decided I was going to, certify some, notarize something that I was sending out to an attorney. I found this, that they pointed out the direction of this. I think it's, what was State Farm something or other, right? And then she's like, oh yeah, I'll do it. But after she did it, she's like, okay, that's $20. And I was like, well, I'm used to get my notary for free, I guess the problem is like, I don't have a Chase Bank right up over here. I have to drive a half hour to get a Chase Bank if I was to go to a bank, But imagine there are some banks that would do it anyways. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pay $20 for it. And I just thought that was something else that she told me afterwards, and I didn't have to have the cash with me at the time. And I said, I'll be back. And I went back and I gave them $5 because I'm thinking about it, what was that really worth? Because you know what? She didn't log it into that book. And in my opinion, don't you have to log it into a book for it to be official? That's the way it always used to be done. I think he thought he will be home, and my casework, I think he thought he would be home, and my caseworker, I think you mean caseworker. So he was under that impression, because that's what they'll lead you to believe. The caseworkers will lead you to believe that everything's going well, you're doing fine in your case plan, and the kids will go home soon. Except they're not saying that in a court of law, if you notice that. They're telling you this on the sidelines, and it ends up they're doing everything they can to block this from happening. Like I had my sister in the lineup taken custody, and also their older brother. Let me see. Okay, then the bank is pretty good down. No, me and my mom. See, that's it. You got to get to know. And I haven't only lived here 2 years, so I didn't know, where to go do that over there. I was thinking to open a bank account here, but damn it, it's a little bit trouble. I like to do the Chase Bank, um, just what I'm used to. I don't know. You know what? That's why John had the meltdown. He thought he was going to be home permanently. Oh no. You know what happened with my kids? It was so sad. They had a visit with me and their older brother, and afterwards, on the ride home, the driver, whatever, I don't know, they have transport. They have transport. Just like prisoners have transport, the children have transports. And it's really disgusting again. But in any case, she's the one that broke the news that the kids were going to be again moved away from each other. Sage was going like 7.5 hours in one direction, and Chris is over in Lake City, and apparently they cried uncontrollably, is what the lady said on the thing. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being a child saying, well, again, I know we ripped you guys away from each other earlier in the game, but now we got you back together for maybe a few months, and now we're going to rip you apart again. I mean, wow. That was, we were noticing, I was noticing somebody was putting some interesting post. I don't know if it's like, it could be more of a conspiracy, but it looks like they're putting the facts together pretty good in regards to all these people that would be involved with like Epstein or the P. Diddy thing. And yeah, it's really, it's not good. I was trying to think. Oh, whoops, I don't mean to do that. Shoot. That's what I was going to do. I was going to look into that, but maybe that's for another day. There was some good posts I wanted to share with you guys. But in any case, yeah, I think that's whatever this one guy was saying, I thought it was interesting. That's why sometimes I repost it. If anybody want to look at my Facebook, you can see what I've been posting. Like, if it's not being blocked some way, somehow, I don't know. Did anybody ever have trouble with this? Because all of a sudden, I'm not able, like I wanted to put some of the stuff I want to sell on a Facebook Marketplace. And it's not allowing me to do that. It always fails. If anybody knows a better way to sell things to let people know you got things for sale, I'm trying to sell my aloe plants and a couple of portable air conditioning because I need some money, people. And I just wanted to make a shout out to whoever the person, the anonymous person that put money on my husband's phone so we can communicate. Yeah, something I know that nobody in my family did anything like that. So it really was very helpful to us because we happened to be going through a hard time to have enough money for communications for a little while. And like I say, the Lord's watching over it, and God knows, maybe it was just a gift from heaven. Who knows? In any case, I'd like to, the real gift would be getting my family back in my house, because how many people know what is a house without a home, because I can think back to really some good memories that we had in New Hampshire there. And it's just, going out the door, sledding down the hill right out front. We used to, like Danielle was talking earlier, just like live off the grid. We pretty much were, except we didn't have running water in the house. We had, there was literally, we were up in the mountains in Colebrook, outside of Colebrook. It was actually Stewartstown. And there was these PVC pipes that were drilled into the side of the mountain that went in all the way underground to the pond that was right outside the cabin there. And oh man, we stocked out with trout too. The kids were able to fish and catch fish, and they're just like, we made our own outhouse type situation. We did it, and you know what? Nobody bothered us, and we were doing pretty fine. We were doing fine. It's when I moved to Florida but the problems began. Because again, I say even New Hampshire's live free or die. I don't know. I don't see anybody out here that have chimed in that had a case out of New Hampshire. If so, I'd like to know. Debbie's saying to be taken away from her brother. That is wrong. Isn't that truth? Isn't that the truth? And can you imagine? And to think that they just had to leave their brother and their mom from a visit. They didn't want to do that either. I remember in the beginning of these visits, my husband was a part of the visits at first, but then all of a sudden, they're trying to get him out of the picture, lock him up, whatever, so that he doesn't get his visits with kids. You know what this Jason Katz said to me, who was the casework supervisor from the get-go? He said, my husband's like, I don't understand why I'm not able to get my visits back. I don't understand, because this little investigation FDLE had on us was over. They found absolutely nothing. They just dug into all of our computers and everything else and never found a damn thing. But now all of a sudden, this guy is saying to Chris back on the phone, and gosh forbid if I wish I would have had that on tape, but he says, because of your continued anti-government behavior. Yeah. I'm like, what? And you think about it, guys. We are the government. What is it what is this? Or is he just reading that damn bulletin? Like I sent Danielle a copy of this. I'm telling you, you guys all, I'm sure to God that you all have one of these freaking threat tags on you. I can guarantee you it's the way that Biden administration started this Homeland Security crap. Okay. It was crap. I'm going to tell you, because we were the ones. I swear to God, me and my husband, he was a private investigator for many years. He was top of his game on these, mass shootings, this violence in the country. But God forbid, why don't we lock those people up and say, we're going to do things this way. And you notice they wanted to do it right before President Trump got in there. They wanted to lock him up right before that. Exactly. So, and then you don't see anybody type in Florida and Chris Camber, you're not going to see Chris pop up anywhere. There's no news covering that. A veteran locked away that has onset dementia for a damn cartoon. Why isn't the news picking up on that? What? Oh, you talked about pedophile judges, and that gets people excited. It's happening all over. The teachers, not just judges, but these authority figures. Same thing happened not too long ago. Just a couple of days ago, they're talking about 4 cops were arrested for this. It's happening all over. Hello. And it's happening to the children that are put into these freaking foster placements where they're getting abused and everything else. I mean, people need to wake the freak up. And because this is not going to end well for these people, because you can see in history, again, you can refer back to the Bible. It's nothing I'm going to do personally. I mean, they have God to contend with, not little old me. I'm no threat to anybody at all. Like I say, our words, guys, is what's offending them. You can call them any name in the book, okay? But are they going to come back at you and retaliate and just take your freedom away and your children because they don't like what you're coming out your mouth? Jeez Louise, where is this? I mean, I think I need I need some fireworks or something. I need some attention here, and I'm not messing around anymore. I swear to gosh, I just wanted to think of what would be the best way to get attention. You know what? That's what happens a lot of times with these kids that had been through CPS, and then they go and do this in the schools. Why are they doing that? They're doing that for attention. Yeah. So that's why it was our idea to say, hey, when something like this happens, the president shouldn't go down to these schools or anything like that. It's kind of funny. Every step of the way, whatever Trump has been doing is exactly what I can pull out paperwork, guys. Chris was saying to do these exact things that what was happening in Israel to blah blah blah. I mean, he Chris had it going on, and that's what's to me that's very questionable, because the Department of Justice monitors these bulletins, okay, through this Homeland Security Fusion Exchange centers, and cops will change information from state to state, and whether it be true or not, they're going to exchange that. What could eventually, don't you think that's going to cause a panic from a law enforcement officer? They think that they believe all signs of people that never broke the law in their life in homeschool 3 doctors. They think somehow that these people are threats. I mean, that doesn't make no sense. Okay, that makes no sense at all. Meanwhile, all the warning signs and stuff like that, I mean, what's happening there? I mean, again, they're locking up the people that could help with these situations instead of, give the man a job. He's good at what he does. God forbid, I wish it was a stock market, but it wasn't. And this is with a boat we got in, because it's not, his works, his films, his, it's disgusting. And they're going to take your children over that? Because I can tell you guys, I was bringing it up here. I got it on this other phone, because it started with, like I say, they're targeting, they put trespass on us. We didn't live there not even a year before somehow got their attention. I think we got their attention because we signed up for that state program that helps you weatherize your home. And come to find out, they're stealing the bids, and we kind of fell into this whoops. The son of the sheriff that my husband was running against happens to be the guy that's getting the bids on these contracts. And then come to find out, he had a big warehouse full of these brand new, like, good appliances, and then the appliances they put in your house are the cheapest pieces of crap that you ever seen. And all of a sudden they were tearing up things in my house. They were hired criminals, like, different kind of drug addicts and stuff like that, people that are probably on probation, hired to do these jobs that they weren't licensed to do, like plumbing work, roofing, etc. The Veterans Affairs helps trafficking all children and adults. Yeah, don't you think so? Because my husband is a veteran, and I can tell you, you know why he wanted to homeschool his kids to be doctors? Because he didn't want any of my kids going into military at all. The military treated him like living shit. I can tell you that right now. You know why? Because he was doing his job as a law enforcement officer. That there was a new what do they call them? One of these hires up was coming through, and he was going to be the new one or whatever, and he ran a stop sign, and Chris pulled him over. It came, and he didn't know who he was, but why should it matter if you broke the law? I mean, he's following his duty of what he's been trained to do, right? And after that, I can tell you, everything went to hell, a hell in a handbasket, you know. Lord. But anyways, hopefully, guys, remember we got something going on at 10:30. Thank you for joining, Florida Mom, Chris, and everybody that's in, and Tammy, and the other Chris, and Chris and Chris. Chris with a K. What's Chris with a K doing? Just saying hi to Debbie, and Debbie saying hi to Chris. Well, thank you. Hello, hello. This way I did want to open this up so I can share. You know, I swear to gosh. You know, maybe there's a reason my you know what, I could just look it up on here. Well, anyways, just like I had an idea, you know, back a while back, how I did the affidavit, but this one that Danielle's been working on for helping everybody get it in, like, because they're breaking the same law in every case that you could think of, and they are going to have all that information later on. But let me see, I would tell you. Because
if you want, you could read my affidavit if you want to, and it'll read off the violations in it, or you can read the box that I sent you, because it will break down in this chat bot. It will, if you put your story in it, it will freaking tell you what violations on the federal Constitution, no rights violations that they did. I mean, and it will be precise. I mean, I did a test run with my affidavit, and it's on point. Like, it's perfecto. I couldn't ask for a better, yeah. Boom! Yeah, I feel really confident about this, y'all. And that was my first run, and boom! I'll be darned if I didn't. Took me up 24 hours to work on this thing, but we got it. So let's go. But you can read it if you want to, Brenda.
Well, yeah, I'll probably read that a little bit, but now that I brought this up, this was an affidavit I did back in 2022, and you're pretty much you're making the statement to be true and correct under penalties of perjury to the best of knowledge and belief. And then you pretty much put your information in. But I, at the beginning of this, I had put my case number for the children. I put each judge that was involved with the case. The cases, I even put the numbers for the appeal, but because I appealed it, what is it? You appeal to the first DCA, then you play to the, like mine, Florida Supreme Court, and then the U.S. Supreme Court. But I don't think what Danielle's doing, I don't think those numbers to these other cases would matter. But like I say, I've already took it all the way to U.S. Supreme Court on the children's cases. Or case, I should say, but somehow they've separated, because it's actually, I put in appeals for Chris as well, because you know how they separate the mom and dad.
Think about it, Brenda, what you're saying. Think about what you're saying. You said you went up to the federal court, but the thing is this is a nationwide crisis going on, and they were shutting families down when you know what I'm saying? This is going to bring the attention to the cases that it should have back, like when you did go. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we didn't know our rights. And
exactly.
And most people don't even make it past the state level. I promise you. Like, look, I'm sitting over here dumbfounded, and look, you talk about me having a pair of balls now. Shit, I'm ready to go at it, girl. Georgia. Let's go. You know what I mean? Hello, Florida Mom. but we are both. I mean, it is time. And look, if I went, look, I've talked about me like poofing up my chest. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. They've separated us too
No,
long. Like
I
she said,
see.
they've separated us from our families and they've trafficked our
Right.
kids. It's time for these motherfuckers to be held accountable. And let's go. I'm ready.
I
And
see
I'm.
the violations with the constitutional rights and
Yep.
the case. Okay, so that was really nice. You put that together now.
So which will, yeah, we'll explain all that in the next show because I got it broke down to where what you do is you, in one thing you'll put your story in it. All you gotta do is put your story in and ask it what constitutional rights violations is in the can you find. You know, I'll explain it on the next show, but
Right.
it'll break it down for you, and then you take that and put it over on the federal affidavit. It'll be all right.
And
Yep.
Danielle got it set up like she showed me an example of one she put her name to
Look.
affidavit of Marie Daniel Wow in the support of constitutional rights
Yeah.
violation claim. So
Um, it's really simple, y'all. Look, y'all don't need to put it's y'all, I don't want nobody. It's only federal because I promise you, once you, I mean, it surprised the crap out of me when I put my story in what the violations were. So it's only for the constitutional rights violations. Cause in your case, if they violated your constitutional rights, they were supposed to shut it down right then and there, and federal took over. But guess what? That's not what's happening. And yeah, Florida mom, I will. Yes, ma'am, I will.
so
So
is it just for dependency cases then?
what? It's
Um,
for any. If
yeah,
your kid, if any constitute, it's not. It don't have to be.
it doesn't
It could
have
be for DV. It could be for any case. Any case. Even we can go to criminal on them. If they violated your constitutional rights, okay. Look at what mine says. I don't have it right in front of me, but I mean, mine is straight up. What is the 42 USC 1983 and 1985? Right there is where they're going to connect all 50 states because they conspired with my family member to take my rights, strip me of my rights without due process, without family integrity, without they violated my family integrity. That's how deep this is getting. I mean, it even right to travel. They violated my right to travel. I mean, that's how much it breaks it down. So y'all just
right.
don't put too much thought in it. I promise you, it will. If I can do that, what I did today in a 10-minute period with my story, I just took my story from a file that I had on my computer and I pasted it, attached it to this chat bot, right? And I said, okay, find the constitutional rights violations from my story. Boom, and here it comes. Boom, 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 and then there's the affidavit. So that's how easy it is, y'all. Do not put too much thought in this. I just need you, if you have your story already, but we'll explain this next show, okay?
Right.
I'm gonna finish up this link and stuff so I get it ready. Hey everybody, we'll be this party gonna get started. I feel really like I showed Brenda my document, and when I tell you that is the first time ever I have seen a legit, like with my, I mean, because I've been scatterbrained and I've learned a lot just in a matter of 24 hours. Holy crap. Go Danielle. You know, but me and the chat bot I've talked to a computer, but no, I did my fact check though. That's the thing about it. This chat bot is set. And I know it's set because I fact checked everything. Every little bit that it spit back at me, I fact checked. That's how real this chatbot is. I mean, that's how much I put into this. I was not gonna send something out that I know was gonna get hallucinate or something like all these other. No, I promise y'all, you will get the violations that we're talking about, and you're gonna find out. It's even gonna tell you shit that you didn't know. I promise you. When it comes to like your amendments, and then it'll give you the federal case law. Okay, so but it's only this chatbot is only going to be based on constitutional right violations, okay? Because you don't need to worry about that other stuff. This
But
right here is
can I ask you something? What if I
yes.
had two different cases
Yeah.
where my rights were violated? Would I have to fill it out twice, or just
What do you
both?
mean two cases? What do you mean?
Like
If
say
there's two cases, then run both of them.
okay,
I mean, But that's something, that's a question for Gunner though,
Okay.
because I don't know, because that's another thing. You know, people, if you have 3 kids, is it, you know, like my kids, is it going to be one separate for each kid? But the thing is I'm the one that filled out that affidavit. So me, it would be one case, I would say. But I have, you know, and these are questions that we're going to have to ask Gunner, because this is, but wait till y'all hear what comes with this affidavit if you do it. I mean, I'm talking like once you sign and you notarize that thing, you are part of, you are protected as part of the, if they try to do anything to you, you are part of the federal witness tampering. Like, they will get in trouble for that shit, you know? So let's rock this, because this is an act of war, y'all. It was an act of war against the Constitution, we the people. So
Right.
let's get yeah. So just bear with me, and it's almost time. Like, the suspense is killing me. I just want to make sure that I got everything, all my ducks in a row this way, because I don't want to sit on there and be like, hey guys, you know,
Right.
but we will. I'm expecting everyone to be hitting me up. I know I will be available tonight. Yes, I will. Because y'all are gonna be the ones that are in the chat, you know, and then y'all could help when it gets out there, you know. So y'all, this is like everybody that's here with me. I'm mainly focused on y'all as part of
And
to get
yeah,
this
that's
going.
why I say these
Yeah,
you
the
can
ones that have been with me, like
let me
Dr. Death, Florida Mom, all them, Kara, Tammy, Debbie, Chris, Brenda, all y'all. If I didn't mention your name, I'm sorry if y'all are watching, but I don't know. I don't even know who's going to show up for the show next, you know, but I know the ones that have been and have been since we talked about this, and I will help them out first before anyone, you know what I'm saying?
right.
And then I'll get on to Gunner with that too, because I'm not gonna let someone butt in that's just now jumping on the bandwagon. You know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give my attention to the ones that have been here. So just want to let y'all know that too. So I am gonna, but we will talk about this the next show. I got 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I gotta
we're
get,
just gonna have
so you go
yeah,
ahead and finish your
it'll be a
show.
half hour
I mean,
from now.
it's
And
10:30, about 10:30, and I gotta get with Gunner and make sure, because apparently everything that I sent him today, he was like, "Awesome, Danielle, that's what's up." And then yeah, so you know, we are you know, y'all help me out, and this is because this is a game changer for my case. For all 3 of my cases with my kids. You have no idea what goosebumps I got earlier. I just want to cry, because this right here is going to bring the light to the bullshit that's going on with my kids and all this. And what's crazy is when I was on my live earlier,
mhm.
and when I went live, the one of my trolls was the one that was talking on the comments on my TikTok page was in the comment section, and while I was live, and I didn't see it, but it was on TikTok, so they're watching, you know, they're watching. That's fine. Let them keep watching. And if my baby girl's listening, I love you, Layla, and I will be at your graduation, homegirl. Mom ain't gonna miss that. Nope. So anyhow, let me kick back.
Graduation coming up now, end of May or
Yeah,
what?
May 20th. May 20th. My
May.
daughter graduates. But the thing is my daughter, you know, she's been saying some things and she backed off, but I believe this is in my heart, and maybe I'm wrong, you know, I'll find out soon enough, better and later, you know, at her graduation, but I believe that that's her way of lashing out and crying out for me. So it's time for me to end this. And she really does think that I signed my rights over, and I didn't. And this right here is going to be answering for her. Because she's so pissed at me, because she really does think that I signed my, yeah, I didn't. I didn't. I never would ever do that
I
to my
have no
kids.
idea. I have no
I mean,
idea
my disabled brother would not do
think or
it.
I said I just have no idea what they might have told my kids or what what
Well,
they
and
think or whatever.
right, and you're welcome, Doug. And I don't know who's behind that screen on that part. Like, I mean, I'm going to show comments, but, you know, I don't want my daughter, you know, because you know, she's going to speak out, and I understand, but there's also could be someone else behind that screen, you know? So I got to pick and choose my battles, but I think I'm handling it pretty well. But, yeah, so well, it's only time will tell, but I know that this right here is going to answer a lot of questions for a lot of people that have been watching my case from day one. Because I'm telling you, I got a lot of ones out there that are they're cheering me on, but they're quiet, and then I got the haters, and you know what? We're about to see what's up. So it's time. It's time. It's well overdue, y'all. My mom didn't, when she passed away. I should have never went through this, and neither should my son. And I had a conversation with my baby brother the other day, and it was just so. It made me cringe. It was so just the I don't even want to go there, but it's okay, because you know what? That's on him, and if that's how he feels, that's fine. But God don't like ugly. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah. I have my disabled brother with me, which is my dad's son, and it's my brother. And they act like we're not family anymore. Well, that's fine, whatever. But you know what? He's always going to be my dad, and that's always going to be my brother. And me and my brother, we've been fine by ourselves. We've been doing this I had him for 10 years. So I mean, my mom asked me. She begged me to get my brother off the streets, and I did in 2016, and he's been with me ever since. I was fresh out of jail, and I didn't have nothing but the shoes on my feet and the clothes on my back, and I was working a $8 an hour job, and I bought me a mobile home, and I laid on the floor. I had a pillow, a sheet, my lantern, and my phone charger and my phone. That's all I had, and of course my work clothes. That's all I had. And then you see what I have now. Like, I have my brother. I got my brother. I got a house full of furniture. So yeah, and I did that with no, like, I did that when I got out of jail. I went. I had to, and I had to get my shit in order. I had to get my life together, because I couldn't go down that dark road anymore. It was over. I was tired of that revolving door. You know, you get too old for this. That dark path.
I remember when we moved,
Hmm.
no furniture, nothing, moving
No.
to an empty
And I
house.
mean, and
You,
I had a lot of people wanting me to fail, and you know what? I did it. I graduated that program, and you darn right, I did it. And I'm keeping on, and I keep on, and I did it with no. I did it by myself, and I did it for my children and my brother and my mother, and my mom was so proud of me. All you gotta do is go look at Facebook and see her comments. It's amazing, and I love going back and reading them. Like, yeah. So my mom, she may not express it to me, but she expressed it on Facebook. So that's cool with me, because me and my mom, like, we butted heads bad. But there towards the end, my mama stopped dwelling on the past. You can't dwell on, if you want a relationship and something to move further for the future, you can't dwell on somebody's past. It's never gonna work.
right?
Whether it be a mother-daughter relationship,
You
a
can tell that
father-son.
two older kids. No,
Yep.
just
Yep. So,
well,
yep.
yeah.
I
All
got
of us
it.
have
Go
to
ahead.
go in with the
I'll let
family.
you finish.
Just
I'll
like
let you finish your show. I'm gonna
uh,
finish this up. All right.
yeah, we got about 5 minutes, guys, or 6, 7 minutes to finish it up. But yeah, and it makes it harder for a lot of people. It's true when there's family members that will like abandon you or just discourage you in any way, shape, or form. And those are the type of people that just don't change. You got to understand you pray for them, I guess. It was always difficult for me to pray for people that have wronged me, but I've learned to do it. I mean, I had similar situation with my dad. He didn't talk to me for years and didn't want me to come over his house. I mean, my mom was living with him, so that made it kind of difficult. But my mom, I know she would do anything to come see me and whatever when she could. And yeah, and she died at a young age, so it was like it was difficult. But me and Chris, we took personal responsibility when we got married. We did it on our own. We didn't have much, like Danielle said. We moved in. Well, actually, I ended up finding an apartment that was furnished and lived outside the Air Force Base and just built our life together. We didn't have anybody helping us. We just thought this is what you do, and we did it. And we were pretty young, but we got through it. And but there's going to be always bumps along the way. As I like that Will Ferrell sketch where he talks about, he gets on stage and talks about how it's a roller coaster, click, 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 click. And then you get to the top and it's like, ah. And this, I must tell you, is really the story of my life. So thanks for joining, everybody. Oh my God, it's only been 1 minute. I told him I was gonna give him 5 minutes, but what else? I was trying to do some videos today for Chris, and then I was gonna start sharing them like on TikTok as well. But when I went back to look at my videos, I didn't see them. I don't know if my phone might be getting a little filled up. Yeah, for some reason I don't see these videos still. It's weird. I'm telling you, I didn't clean out my phone for I don't know how long, like over a year for sure. Yeah, for some reason I think my I gotta put a new one of these on my thing, like so it's more storage for my laptop and download my phone. And I didn't usually take so many pictures and stuff, but with Chris gone, trying to send him some stuff and keep him on the sane level. Hopefully y'all can pray for him as well, because this man, it's a rough road for him over there. He can't stand being away from me, that's for one thing. And he doesn't do well. So pray that this brief it goes good with the appellate court, and they just dismiss this thing because it's completely ridiculous that he had to be gone over a year already for this cartoon. And like I say, they are violating so many rights with the children, and we're going to go over that in just about a half hour. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you, Dr. Death. You're a very loyal fan to CPS, Victims Hunting for Justice. And I can't actually wait till Darren gets back here, because I sure do miss him. And I'm thankful that he's put this all together and that we can do this. But it's not the same without him. So I pray that Darren gets better or whatever he needs to do to get back on the show and join us again. And I'm thankful to Danielle for helping me through some hard times too. So thank y'all, and we're gonna see you in just a little bit. Don't forget, we're gonna be there. Okay, I'm leaving.
All right, everybody. So be on the lookout for the 10:30 show. I'm finishing up, and we will see y'all shortly. Y'all be good, be safe, and love y'all, and see y'all soon. Bye, everybody. See y'all shortly. It's okay, facts over lies. Be ready at the 10:30 show, girl. All right, y'all be gunning for CPS. Go, and thank y'all. See y'all soon.
Shadows on the playground, nobody sees. Invisible faces lost in the breeze. Screams buried deep, never make a sound. A whole generation falling to the ground. Hear us now, we're breaking the chains, carrying scars, dragging the pain. We are strong, though we were denied. Voice for the invisible, we